Hello everybody, Raptor King of the West here, and today we are back in Minecraft Dinosaurs. And today I have some stuff to show you that I already did, but that sorry, hold on, just making sure everything is working. Some stuff that I already did, but I don't have the footage for anymore. That's why we're starting over here at Cleopatra. She has her name tag now. Very nice, very nice. Not just a sign on the wall. Our queen here has gotten her actual name tag. The other one that got named, it was a commenter suggested name, which is always awesome. Over in the aviary, we have, if I can get there, and if they're still alive, hello, Pretzel. Pretzel, you have to live to 5 at minimum. Preferably you don't die because you are named now. Fun little story with Pretzel. When I first read the notification for the name suggestion, it was, I was reading on my phone and the notification got cut off, so it was like, you should name the Quetzalcoatlus, Pretz, is where it got cut off. And I'm like, oh, Pretzelcoatlus. That's such a great pun. That's a great name. And it was just Pretzel, unfortunately. Still a very good name. Very funny. But I have decided that the full legal name of that Quetzalcoatlus is Pretzelcoatlus, which will be what I say when it misbehaves. I will call it Pretzel if it gets a grave. Hopefully it doesn't get a grave. Hopefully that doesn't end up being a thing. But, you know, stuff happens. So here's our museum. There's some stuff that I want to do at the museum today. And there's some stuff I want to do at the enclosure that I've marked there. Because that's where I've decided I want the next enclosure to be. I'm just going to make an awkward staircase up in the wall. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Man, this wall is taller than I thought it was. Okay. How are our ornitholestes doing? They're still alive. The grass has not spread much. I got a bunch of granite, which probably half of is going to get turned into polished. Preferably as close to exactly half as I can get, just because I want to salt and pepper it a bit. I think we'll lean more towards polished than not. And by a bit, it's like 5 away from being exact. Oh no. The other thing I want to do today is a Tiktaalik enclosure, which is not a dinosaur, unfortunately. We only have one dinosaur left. That is Diplodocus. Wherever Diplodocus is. There are some non-dinosaurs from the Mesozoic that we still need, but, you know, for the sake of my statement, they don't really apply, you know? But yeah, I do want to do, I want to start working on the roof for this. I at least want to start on it. I don't know how far we're going to get. I imagine not very. I think ultimately it's just a very big project. You know what, maybe doing half and half was a bad idea. I need to remember that, like, that's how this is divided up. Oh. Oh, I could have mined that, I guess. Yeah, no, so the roof, as always, is going to be really weird because it's a roof that I've designed, and I design roofs in a very weird, nonsensical way that are difficult to build. This one, at least, it, like, just meets as one simple triangle, but I still have to actually get to that point. So yeah, we have, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. I know it's gonna be weird. You know it's gonna be weird. We all know that I am incapable of designing a normal, or even, dare I say, reasonable roof. Oh, look at that. I got that exactly half and half. Beautiful. I am... Sorry, I'm thinking. Okay. There we go. Getting something going. I don't know what it is, but it's something, and it's gonna be the roof of this museum. And then, obviously, we are also gonna work on the enclosure for the Tiktaalik today. Which I can start talking a little bit about the Tiktaalik now, before we even get there. Just because I know a couple things about it off the top of my head. Yeah, that's gonna work better. Sorry. Does that work better? I have no idea. I don't have a mouse pad with me, and I'm not recording where I usually record. I'm using a sheet of paper now. Yeah, Tiktaalik, Canadian creature, was found in Nunavut, which, for those of you who do not know Canadian geography, is about the furthest north territory. Are they a province or a territory? I'm Canadian and I don't even know. I'm a terrible Canadian. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're a province. Either way, regardless of any of that, it was discovered in Nunavut. And so that is our furthest most north land that Canada really has control over. It is the coldest one that we have as well, naturally. Yeah. Just because it's so far north. And it was discovered there. It is the sort of the link between fish and land-dwelling creatures, because it's a lobe-finned fish. and it had kind of proper lungs for, you know, living out in, I probably couldn't do it for super long stretches of time, but it could, in instances where the tides receded or it was trying to escape a predator, it could fairly safely go onto land. And its two front fins, they had, because it's a lobe-finned fish, it had a lot stronger bones in it than most other, like, if you think of a fish, you're probably thinking, most fish that you can think of outside of a couple are what's called a ray-finned fish, and so its fin is kind of like a fan with a bunch of small little bones in it. The Tiktaalik, being lobe-finned, had a lot stronger of a fin. So, that was able to adapt to kind of be like a very rudimentary leg and haul it around on land, which is very cool. And so that is the ancestor of all vertebrates. In the last version of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and by last version I mean 1.12, there was an achievement for getting Tiktaalik, which was Go Grandpa Go. And that achievement was entirely based off of the idea of that, yeah, it is the ancestor to all vertebrates. So it's kind of like everyone's grandpa or grandma. They don't have that achievement anymore, but I do still call, in museums and stuff, I call Tiktaalik my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. I don't think it's ever once been the same amount of greats when I've made that joke, but I do consistently make that joke, much to the dismay of anyone who ever has to go to a museum with me. But I'm allowed to have fun. That's why I have this YouTube channel, because I get to have fun. I also got a bunch of seeds so that we can put some plants in the enclosure. I got a feeling that most of them are not time period accurate, but this is Minecraft, and I'm mostly just aiming to get the habitats right for these first enclosures. We'll do other enclosures which are all like 100% accurate, and some that are less accurate, like some that aren't even the right habitats. And some that have more than one species in it. I do still want to do that at some point. But for now, we're just getting our first sets going. I am going to actually have to start getting creative with new enclosures soon, because we are really starting to run out of things that we haven't done enclosures for. Thinking. Yeah. Okay. I've thought. I've done it. Very nice, I know. I need to get the polished granite doing a little bit more than it has been, which is my bad. Yeah. No, this roof is going to be about as weird as every other roof that I build, but at least it's not as weird as the Cenozoic Lab roof. That one was rough. That was rough to build. That one I also had to pre-plan. This one, I'm just sort of... It's a pretty simple shape, you know. It goes into a point. I shouldn't need to pre-plan that, right? That should be pretty good to be improvised, I would say. I got a feeling I can do that. Worst case scenario, I have to fix it later. We're not even going to finish it today. I'm just going to get as far as I can before we move on to the Tiktaalik enclosure, or my computer dies, whichever happens first. I could plug in my laptop, but I'm not going to. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, these need to be out one more than they are. There we go. Then we hop over here. Will I starve a little bit? Just a little bit, you know, as a treat. There. We can do that. And I know I'm gonna need to get, like, slabs or stairs or something to connect the rows. But I also think I'm gonna need to make these thicker anyway. Those are all later meat issues, believe it or not. So it'll be fine, probably. Oh, you do not go there. You can go literally anywhere except for there. There we go. Yep, look at that. We're making a roof happen. Where was the root down? There it was. Okay. Take away those three, just placeholder 3 there. I'm gonna grab some dark oak. Just for me to build off of. Nope, I can do that. I do not need my Dinopedia right now. This is a roof. It's pretty modern. In fact, it was constructed today. Arguably, it's constructed tomorrow. Because it's not done yet. Although it's not going to be done tomorrow either, so maybe that was a bad false statement. Because I'm not going to work on this tomorrow, I can tell you that much. I have other plans tomorrow. I don't know what they are yet, but I know that it's not playing Minecraft. There are other different plans. But today, the plans are play Minecraft. Got a couple of things done and figured out, you know. Got this done. Do the Tiktaalik enclosure, which I have a fun idea for the fence for. We're going to see how well it actually works. But I think because of how Minecraft mobs function, it should work well. How did a pig get up there? How did that... Is it raining again? It's raining again. In real life, not in Minecraft. It's fine in Minecraft. How did that pig get there? How did you end up in that predicament? I know there's no spawning blocks up there. How did this happen? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. You want to be up there? Be my guest. Hopefully these seem random enough, because I really have no idea how I'm placing them. But also, humans are terrible random number generators. So are computers. Yeah. Everything's actually a really bad random number generator. I think there's like one company that uses lava lamps for their random number generators. Those are probably pretty reliably random. I think. Yeah, I have no idea. I do not know. I have not a clue. Yeah, this isn't even gonna make it. This isn't even gonna make it all the way on this layer. Might make it all the way on this section. It does make it all the way on this section. None fell. And we'll see how it does on this section. I just gotta slowly keep building up the museum roof until eventually we have a whole museum. That's why I put all the torches in, because I knew that I was going to start on the roof. Those torches were not there when we originally built any of this, because I am very bad at lighting things up. And it hasn't backfired yet, so I don't think it's going to. That's how that works, right? Totally. Wow. 9 whole blocks for the next one, guys. Well, there we go. We started the roof. It looks really good on the mini-map. I'm really hoping that this all connects up in a way that is relatively nice. And then, yeah, as I said, the other one that I wanted to do today was the enclosure, which is going to make up the rest of however long this video is. I can't kill you with the sword. You'll turn into a zombie pigman. Zombie piglin, because this is 1.20 now. But I can kill you with the axe. Goodbye. Okay. let's get to the enclosure that I had in mind. Because I think, and actually I can test this. If I have these 1 tall, I think maybe an animal could escape that. Okay, now if I break one, punch you. Okay, well, if you're gonna go that way, you know, if you're gonna go... Ooh. Is that just because you're getting hit out of the enclosure? Okay. I didn't want to have it 1 tall anyway. And you just cannot... Unless I hit you out, it seems like they won't leave over the dripstone. Which, if my understanding of Minecraft is correct, that is the expected behavior, because a mob will not walk on a block that it considers to be dangerous, which sometimes results in really weird pathfinding. They also won't walk near a block that they consider dangerous, which we can exploit for some really interesting enclosures, especially when we get to the multi-dinosaur enclosures. If we don't want them eating each other, which honestly we might, but what I actually want to do is have it be too tall anyway. So this is going to be the weirdest enclosure fence that we have anywhere. But I think it'll be pretty cool. Or at least mildly interesting. Tiktaalik lived in a swamp-like environment, so this should be a great place for them. Things are making... Okay. I think this will be big enough. I only have 2 Tiktaaliks anyways. And then yeah, I'm gonna try and make this swamp-like. I'll be able to walk in and out really easily. My only concern is that the Tiktaalik will be able to walk in and out very easily. But I think Minecraft's pathfinding is gonna tell them no. So we're probably fine. I don't think there's a single reason that they would be able to leave. I can try again by grabbing another mob and just testing, but I don't know. And the thing is that it's going to be a really easy enclosure to see into, because there's so much of a gap. A small part of me did want to do the 1 block tall ones, just because then it would be really easy to see into, but then it almost feels too insecure. I don't know. You're the original test subject, even. Now that these are too tall... Yeah, you get close to the walls, and then you just... Like, if I box you in here, and I hit you... Yeah, you will not escape. Tiktaaliks will not escape. If you cannot escape, they can't. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, they might be able to. They are smaller than you. Considerably. They're fish. But my point remains. That I don't know if it quite stands, but it remains for sure. And then yeah, I thought it would be a good opportunity to show the paleobotany a little bit of love, because we've been ignoring that. We'll do it a lot more when we finally get to doing the section of the lab that I wanted to do. But until then, you know, it's been falling to the wayside. I don't know if I actually want to bother with mud for this enclosure. You know what I kind of want? Hey, I want to sleep. I kind of want moss for the whole enclosure. I kind of really want moss. I'm also gonna grab some food while I'm here, because I am starving. I have this, by the way, if I hop into free cam here. That is as many chickens as I can get in there as possible. So this is the max rate that this will be able to operate at. Just gonna be completely honest. Unless I add another egg collection chamber, that thing is going to be running as efficiently as possible. And it would just get more efficient if I added an egg collection chamber. Moss is in here. And let's bring the bone meal with me. I know I have bones in my inventory. I would just rather be safe than sorry. Okay. The only thing that we're going to have to do for this is get rid of the azalea bushes. Everything else I'm fine with having. But the azalea bushes don't really fit in, and we're going to be having different trees anyway. But look at this, look at this. This, I think, fits the vibe perfectly. No azalea bush. Not even outside. And then we can have the carpets I'm happy with having. We're going to have to move a couple of them, because a couple of them are in the water pits. Maybe we do have a couple azalea bushes, but we'll do that after so that I get a little bit more control with where they are located. Just all in the bone meal. We'll need it. We'll probably need it, so. Bone meal that just to get some spread outside, because I think the inside of the enclosure is all good now. 2 water buckets. We got the Henotis enclosure right over nearby here. I wonder how they're doing. All alive, I hope. You guys are all in here. I don't think you've actually had much opportunity to age in the past while. Yep, you're 2. You're really hungry. You guys know there's food right here, right? It's right here. I shouldn't need to feed you. I might need to put a feeder in that enclosure. I might. I'm going to put it off for as long as I can, though. Because they should be able to eat. The herbivores should not have a problem ever with food. So. And then you have moss carpets, which I did want. The only thing that I'm regretting with the moss is that I should have had some stone mixed in around. And maybe I'll do that in the future, but I'm not feeling like doing that today. I know. I'm being very lazy. I am aware of it. And I apologize. I do apologize. But, you know, I'm allowed to be tired. And I'm allowed to be lazy. All of those things are allowed. It keeps raining on and off. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's been raining all day outside of like 20 minutes. And somehow I still do not doubt that we're going to end up in a drought. Alright, tree time. Sigillarias have not been getting any love because I think they look goofy, so let's give them some love even though they look goofy. And then another Sigillaria over here. Am I going to have to break that by hand? Yep, that's fine. Calamity. We want this place to feel very lush and swamp-like. Ooh, let's just throw down an ancient fern spore here. Bone meal it till I can collect that. Did that go anywhere? Oh. That sound. Okay. I don't know what sound you guys can and cannot hear. Just don't worry about, if you can hear any of them, don't worry about any of them. As I said, I'm recording somewhere different from either of the places that I've, like, I've recorded in a couple different places over the past little while. This is a different place than any of them. But do not worry. Everything is fine. I assure you. I assure you. Do not worry. Are the horsetails being a little bit temperamental today? Well, that's rude of them. Oh well. I guess we'll only have a couple in here. Then we can have some of these. I know they're not very colorful plants. I was not going for colorful. I need one of you. Oh, I don't need one of you. There's one of you out here now. I need at least one for the seed vault at all times. Or, no, you can stay there. I'll take one of the two that are right next to each other. Then we have our two new ones. Then the tail. And where's the other one? That is quite a reach. And I am out of bone meal, unfortunately, because I need... Oh, I'm not even remotely out of bone meal. What am I on about? Okay, at least one of those. We can leave a couple outside, actually. I'm not entirely mad about that. Let's just get a couple of Venetails out over on this side. Was it just that one? Apparently it's just that one. Alright, the biggest difficulty might be that these ferns don't spread very far, because all the blocks are occupied. Yep, that was happening. We'll see how far they spread. That might be a small issue. Okay. Are we looking for time? We're looking not bad for time. We're also looking not bad for my laptop percentage. Both of these things are good. Guess let's just get the Tiktaaliks in here. We got the first one. Your age is -1? Your age is negative what? How? Okay, you're 0 now. Is it because you were on land? Anyway, we have our first Tiktaalik, who can walk on land if it so chooses. It probably will not choose to, because it is so young. Is it already? Hold on. You don't need this anymore. Some... over... It's in the enclosure? It's in the enclosure. It's right here. Okay. We have a male Tiktaalik. And we have... Are you a carnivore or a herbivore? I should have checked. You're a carnivorous piscivore? That means I need to feed it. Oh, that means I need to feed... I thought you were a herbivore. And then where's our other Tiktaalik? Right here now. You're also -1. You're green. You're also male. You're 0 now. Don't know why they were -1. Yep, here's some of the information. Is it going to mention... Oh, Devonian. Very cool, very cool. It's not going to mention none of it. It's mentioning the Inuktitut, which is the, I believe it's the native people of Nunavut, if I remember correctly. If I'm remembering incorrectly, I am going to blame YouTuber brain up for that one. It's a little bit harder to think when you're recording, as you have all probably heard from your favorite YouTubers before. Alright, we have our 2 little Tiktaaliks. Both of them male, so we're not gonna have a population issue for them. Not that I think we would have. They're pretty small. So 15 I think can comfortably fit in here. I think they're like a block long at most. Hey, how'd you get in here? It's not a great sign for the escapability of this enclosure if things are getting into it. Did this say how long you get? 1.8 meter long, has normal fishy features. Yep, lungs. Yep. If they're 1.8, then like, I don't know, 2, yeah, we can fit 15 in here. We could do that. Not today, you know. Yeah, no, not today. Today, I'm going to light this enclosure up a little bit. Which I should start doing. I should start lighting up all the enclosures. I want to not do it with torches. I want to do it with probably frog lights. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you have an amazing day, and goodbye.